Hello everyone. Today we're this video is about computer networking, and we'll learn how to do how to subnet, basically not how to subnetting but how to configure networking on Cisco packet tracer. Okay. First of all, before I start my video, please, if you don't subscribe, if you never watched my video, please subscribe to get more videos. I'll post more videos like this, more educational videos like maths tutorial and networking stuff and other technology stuff as well. So please subscribe my channel and share and give me your comments too. This is the project I did for my basically school, and as you can see, there are four networks here, 4 different locations. I have the Chicago, which is the main data center. We have the Dallas one, we have the Miami branch, and I have the Seattle branch. These 4 networks are connected by the Verizon router here in the middle, as you can see. So this is kind of a little bit big network, especially for beginners. It's kind of a little bit bigger, but it can be more complicated than this. Okay, it can get more complicated, but for in this video I'm gonna go little by little. So I'm starting from this one. I'm gonna start like a small network, like not this one, but like a small network, let's say 2 PC and 1 switch and 1 router. All right, let's go to so basically this network is like this. There is the data center here. As you can see, there are servers, 5 servers, and all this this computer can access this computer, whatever resource available here. This computer can access every other computer. This laptop can access resources from here, like email server. I have DSP server, DNS server, and system log server and HTTP server. So these are like those of you like who don't have any idea what DNS, what DHCP, all that are like. I mean, this is like a little bit more advanced. When you start, like, you learn all about DHCP server and other stuff before you get to here. So I'm sure like those of you who like interested in this kind of stuff, probably you already know what's all this server, what DHCP, what DNS, what system log server do, or what kind of resource they provide. So I'm not getting to that in this video, but maybe in the future I will make another video what the purpose of all these servers. Okay, so let's start today's video. I'm gonna open a packet tracer software. It's free. You can download it. If you search on Google, you can get free packet tracer software. You can download there. So this, you can use this as a lab. Like you don't have to buy it a router or switch or any other such kind of stuff. This makes easier. You can simulate everything here on Cisco packet tracer. So let's grab PCs. I'm gonna just grab 2 PC, PC1 and PC2, and I'm gonna grab I'm gonna change the name. This one first, PC, I'm gonna make it 1, and this is PC, I'm gonna make it 2. Okay, and we will give it the IP address as well. Before I do that, let me grab a router. We need 1 router to connect those 2. We're gonna put them on different networks. If it's one network, if it's the same network, I don't need a router. I just only need a switch. But this video I wanna make it like different. I'm gonna give them for this PC different network, and for this PC different network, so we both can connect to the switch, and we need the router to make these two be able to communicate. So we're gonna grab a cable to connect them. You can click this one, so all the stuffs are here. This cable, when you click this sign, these all cables pop up. So it depends on the type of cable you want. Like different cable, they have different purpose, but for this video I'm focusing on the crossover, this one, the copper straight through cable. I'm gonna pick that one, and fast Ethernet 00 to the switch. I want to go to fast Ethernet 01, and another cable, the same thing. I'm gonna connect to fast Ethernet 00 to the other port, a fast Ethernet 02. Okay, this is 01, this is 02. Alright, I'll go to connect the switch. Usually I connect it to fast Ethernet to the port 24 switch, from the switch to the router. So the router gigabyte Ethernet 00, I'm connected to that. Alright, so now we finish connected. As you can see, automatically this light turned on. Is now we don't have no IP, nothing in it. By default, this PC, if I put the same network, the same IP address, if these two are on the same network, by default they can communicate via the switch. But if they are different network, they cannot be able to communicate. So if it's to the same network, if you have the same network, you don't need this router. You just need to have this switch, and this, without any configuration, these two computers can communicate. All right. But for today's video, we make them like a different network. Okay, so let's start giving IP address for our PCs. All right. As for a beginner, this is a really good video, because when I start this, I got really confused. All the video on YouTube very confusing, but I'm gonna show you like slow as much as I can. So the best way to do this one is that you can go to physical, you can go to here, config, and you can go to fast Ethernet 00, and as you can see IP address and subnet mask, you can put it here. We're gonna use for the first one 192.168.1.3, and this is class C, so we're gonna use the default subnet mask 255.255.255.250. So these are like also by itself like something you have to learn about subnet mask, other stuff. So there are class A, class B, class C, up to class D. You can learn subnetting. Those are like, before you get to here, those are like the foundation you have to learn. So I'm assuming you guys already know this one. So I'm gonna use I'm gonna go to here, setting. I'm gonna go to here first and copy the IP address, and that way I put it here after PC1, and this is PC1. The subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and the gateway, so gateway is 192.168.1.1. always like it's gonna be the first number from the network. The network is 192.168.1.0, and the gateway is gonna be the next number 1 for any every other network. So this is the default gateway that we don't have to deal with DNS server. We don't have that, so we leave this one as like it is. So this, it shows you here. You have to do, when you do this kind of stuff, you have to document everything like as much as you can, make it simple. When you troubleshoot everything, you don't have to go through in the PC. You can just see the IP address and the subnet mask, so it's easy for you to, when you make a mistake, to go back and to correct that and to troubleshoot. Okay, so we do the same thing for the PC2. For PC2, we go here, config, we got fast Ethernet 00, and we put the IP address. That's different network, so 168.192.1.3, and this is class B network, so we're gonna leave it like that. That's the default, and I want to copy this and go to setting and PC2, and I'm gonna put a slash and paste what I copied there, and slash I put the subnet mask 255.255.0.0. okay, so this is just the name, it doesn't do anything. You want to see it right here, that's why I put a display name. Okay, that the display name. Alright, we're done with that one. So these are basically two different networks. They cannot communicate without configuring the router, the switch in the router. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we give them VLAN, okay, virtual LAN for both of them. So we have to create VLAN here in the switch. Okay, we open the switch, we go to configuration, and we're gonna just enter, and we say en, type en, enable, and config t, it's configuration terminal, and we can just create the VLAN 2. Okay, I'm gonna create VLAN 2 because VLAN 1 is default. By default, VLAN 1 is already opened in this switch. Okay, it's created by default when you buy the switch. VLAN 1 already configured, and from the security standpoint, it's not good to use something, you know, it's already there by default. You want to create your own. Okay, so that's why I'm gonna start from VLAN 2. Okay, VLAN 2, and I want to give it to name that's PC1, so I'm gonna give it, say, name PC1. Okay, PC1, I'll call it PC1. Okay, and enter. I'm gonna create another VLAN 3, the same thing, name is PC2. Okay, that's the PC2 right there. So PC2. So now the VLANs are created. Okay, and to do that, let's say show VLAN, and that's not giving me. Okay, so we create 2 VLAN. Okay, I'm gonna save and WR and exit. Let's see it. So let's see enable and show VLAN. Okay, so we can see the 2 VLAN. Okay, VLAN 2 PC1, VLAN 3 PC2. They're both active. Okay, they're both active. And VLAN 1 by default, it's default. VLAN 1 is here, it's default, so it's already active and it's connected to the port 1, port 2, and port 3. So it's by default those ports are given until port 4 for VLAN 1. So the next thing we have to do is, as you can see, the default one have a port assigned to it already, but if you see our VLAN, it's active but there is no ports assigned to it. So the next step is we have to assign port. Okay, so we go to here and config t. Okay, so we're gonna go to first, let's look what port we have here. So that's 01 and 02. See, so this one is FA01, port 0/1. This is 0/2. So that's so the first one is 0/1, PC1. Okay, so what we have to do is FA, okay, 0/1, right? Okay, wait, I type here. So FA first determinate. Okay, let's say interface. We have to say interface FA 0/1. Okay, so I forgot this interface part. So we click enter. Now we can assign a port to it. Okay, we can assign a port to it. So we have to say switch port mode access. Okay, switch port, we wanna access that port, so switch mode port access. We enter, and we would say switch port access. Okay, and we put the VLAN we want. So we want VLAN 2 to access that port, FA01. This is the FA01. We want this PC to access this port. Okay, that's why we said that. So now we can access it. We just let me see what did okay, type error. I just typed the error switch port. Let's type it again. Switch port access VLAN 2. Okay, so now VLAN 2 we assign to it. Okay, and we're gonna say the next one. You can press the up arrow in your keyboard. It goes, and if you go up, it takes you to interface FA01, that's just have to change it to FA2 and enter, and you can press the up arrow. You don't have to type all that again. And switch port mode access, you press enter, and switch port access VLAN 3. Okay, so we're gonna go to for VLAN 3. Now it's VLAN 3. So now we created the interface. Okay, and the other one is we have to make here, you see here the red one, we have to make a trunk port for that one, for the switch to be able to communicate with the router. Okay, so this switch, to get here, we have to create a trunk right here, trunk. So we this is port 24, 024, so we're gonna make that one trunk. Okay, so what we have to do is we're gonna call the interface FA0/24, that's the port number. Okay, and we want to say switch port mode trunk. Okay, so that's, we want it trunk. That's good, and you're gonna save it, Control Z, and type WR and enter, and that's saved. Okay, so we can say exit and press enter, enable, and let's see, show VLAN. Let's see what we did. Okay, as you can see, PC1 is VLAN 2 and it's active, and we assigned port number 01. Okay, PC2 VLAN 3, it's active, and we assign port 2. Okay, so, and we're gonna look some other stuff, but that's all we care about right now. Okay, and then the other now we done everything with the switch. Okay, there is no configuration from now to the switch, so that's all we need. We create these two ports available for each VLAN, and we create a trunk port to communicate with the router. That's all we have to do here on the switch. So the next thing is we have to come to the router. The router means routing. So to go to here, without this router we cannot do it. Switch, the switch purpose is not routing. Okay, switch is just a port. You know, we just plug something to it, and you know, whatever traffic go through from whatever communication comes from the router goes through those ports to be able to get to each pieces. Okay, so let's get to the router. We go to configuration, and we say no, and enter, and then enable, and config T. Okay, the other thing we have to do is here, as you can see, you see red here. That means this router is turned off by default. The routers are turned off, so you have to turn on the router first. Okay, so config T, then we're gonna say interface gigabit. Okay, interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0/0. So how do I know this 000? You just have to come here and just hover your cursor over here and just leave it for a while. It shows you gigabyte 000, so that's the port we used. Okay, so that's it. Press enter and make sure that's no shut. Okay, now look, the light changed to green. Okay, all right, so what I have to do is Control Z, WR. I'm gonna save this and exit, just start over again. Okay, and DN and config T, and I'm gonna, now it's time to create sub interfaces. Okay, we need to you see here we have two ports, but for a router we don't have nothing like that. Like you can't see, like you cannot plug anything to here like switch have like usually 24 ports. Okay, but for this one what we have to do is we create interfaces. So interface means like they're logical, like the same like these ports, but they're logical. Okay, we create whatever amount interface we want. So I'm gonna create two interfaces for this computer to go through this router, for this computer to go to this router. So we have two computers, we'll create two logical interfaces. Okay, so we're gonna say int giga b, just press tab, and 0/0/0.1. okay, 0.1, that's our first interface, logical interface. So I'm press enter. Okay, so it says downline protocol on interface gigabyte internet 0.0, change status to up. Okay, so it just status up. Okay, change status to up. So that's this gigabyte internet. Okay, all right, let's go to the next one, but we have to say no shut. But I'm gonna go the same thing. I'm gonna just press enter, then encapsulation. I want to make it encapsulation because encapsulation dot one q dot, just I'm gonna press enter, dot one q, that is VLAN, that's for encapsulation, that's for VLAN 2, right? That the first I'm gonna work with VLAN 2, so I'm gonna make logical interface for this one. So I create the interface to change the status, the states to up. So I was creating something here, that's why it shows change status to up, but if it's not, it doesn't say that, it just tells you, like, to go to the next whatever. But you might get different message whatever on your, but the next thing you have to do is, after you put this logical stuff here 0.01, the next thing you have to do is you have to encapsulate .1q. okay, that's what you have to say, encapsulation .1q. okay, then you after you say .1q, then you write your VLAN number, only the VLAN number, and you press enter. Then you can give the IP address, you can type IP and ADD and press tab, IP address. And for the IP address, use the default gateway here. Okay, a lot of videos, they don't explain that, to like, they just type the IP address and it's confusing where the numbers comes from. So you type here the default gateway for this network right here, for 192.168.1.3. so the default gateway for that one is 1, and as you can see, let me open this one second. I put the default gateway here, 192.168.1.1, before even I start. So this need to match with whatever I put here to the router. Okay, whatever I put here, it has to match. If it's different, it's not gonna work. And technically, like, it's straightforward, because it has to be 1, that there is no other default gateway for that one. So I'm gonna type 192.168.1.1, and the subname mask is 255.255.255.0. so the reason I write it here is, now when I do this configuration on the router, it's very easy for me to see what the IP address and the subname mask is. Okay, so that's one method you can use. Okay, then we do that, then we just have to enter. Okay, then we have to say no shut. Okay, no shut. Okay, then we can go to the next one. We just have to press the up arrow to get to interface gigabyte ethernet 0.01. we already created, so we just write 2 here, 0.2. 0.1 is already created here. I press enter, I get the same thing, and let's say encapsulation, press tab, dot, press tab. Okay, using tab is very helpful when you do this kind of configuration, this kind of when you write on a switch instead of typing every single word. Using tab is very helpful, and it saves a lot of time for you. Okay, .1q, I'm gonna go for VLAN 3 now. VLAN 2 I created here, .1q, encapsulation .1q, VLAN 3 is I'm gonna create it here, and after that it goes to IP address. So IP, and if you type ADD and tab, it should the whole thing. And I put the default gateway here, 168.192.1.1. 255.1.1, and the subnet mask for this one is 255. And make sure after you type the IP address, make sure there is a space between. Okay, so 255.255.0.0. okay, perfect. So we say that, and no shut again, and that's it. We create our logical interface. Okay, logical interface. So we can say can press Ctrl Z, that's save our work. WR also save our work, and I'm gonna say exit. Usually I like to do that, and enable and show IP route. Let's see if that works. Okay, show IP route. Okay, so here as you can see 168.192.0.0 network, 192 and 11, that's the default gateway. It's all directly connected. Okay, to 2, and the other network is this network right here. It's connected to 0.1, 0.1, 192.168. So 192 is here, that one is here, 0.0.1, and this one is here on the top. Okay, so that's perfect. So let me see if I ping from here to here. Okay, let me check. Now I did everything, so if I ping from here to there and from here to there, then my work is right. Okay, let's say ping 192.168.1.3 network. Okay, that is this network. Let's see if I can reach there. And as you can see, its success rate is 80%. It's gonna be 100% if I ping from here to there, or if I ping it again. Let me see. Yes, it's 100% reachable. Okay, and I will do the same thing. Okay, 3, and let's say ping the 168. I'm gonna ping this one. So 168.192, 168.192.1.3, right? Let me see if I can reach there. Should be reached there. Yes, the success rate is that one. If I ping it again, it's gonna be 100%. So now we can reach from here to there, right? So if I can reach here from here to here and from here to here, I should be able to reach from here to there, because technically they're connected to the switch, to the router. So I have to be able to, this one should communicate with that one. So let's check that one. I'm gonna start from here. Alright, so we can go to here, desktop, we can go to command prompt. Okay, and we just have to type ping this network. We can type that network 192.168.1.3. okay, and let's see that. Okay, request timeout. Let me see, what did I do? 192.168.1.3. okay, we'll figure out what's wrong with that, because if I can ping from there to here, I should be able to communicate. So let me see first. Let me ping ping 192. okay, let me see first. Let me check everything's right here. So I'm gonna open this one, see if what I put here. Okay, 192.168.1.3. okay, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. okay, that's right. And let me go to the default gateway 192.168.1.1. okay, that's correct. From there, let me see here, and physical configuration, and let's go to setting. Okay, sometimes you might encounter this kind of, if you make silly mistake, that's what's gonna happen. 168.192.1 3. Okay, that's correct. 161.192.1.3 and 0.0.0. Let me see a default gateway. Okay, see, I don't put default gateway here. So if you don't have that, actually that's a good I'm glad that happened, because a lot of people, a lot of time, me or other people, a lot of people forget that. Okay, if you forget default gateway here, there is no way able to communicate. It doesn't matter how many configuration you do, so you have to put the default gateway here. So it is 168.192.1.1. okay, that's the default gateway for this one. Now I can be able to communicate. Okay, so I'm gonna come here and desktop, there we go, and let's start do it again. Okay, okay, I'm gonna reach to 3. I can be able to communicate, as you can see. And let me just ping myself, ping the same computer. I'm gonna ping this one by itself. Sometimes you have to ping by yourself. 168.192.1.3, and that should be work. And from here we can get there. It was okay. So we're gonna try from the other computer from here to get here. So program, desktop, and command prompt, and you have to say ping. Let's type this network right here, 168.192.192.1.3. okay, and I should be able to reach there, okay, without no problem. Okay, and I'm gonna ping myself, and it's gonna be 192.168.1.3, and I can be able to go. Alright, perfect. So as you can see, everything works, and this can get more complicated. This is just the basic I just show you today. You know, we can add server, we can add different networks, like from different area, and we can add email server, DHCP server. We can get instead of putting manually the IP address, we can get dynamically, if you configure, if we add dynamic DHCP server, the DHCP server can assign IP address automatically for us, and a lot of, you know, complicated stuff. So this is just to start. Okay, I'm gonna show you everything little by little. Okay, this is very basic, and it's very good for you to know how to be able, how to, like, for if there is the same network, you don't have to worry about anything. But this is different network, and this is real life. Like, one company might have like 2-3 different networks, and how you will be able to communicate them. Okay, if you know 2, you can create like 100 or 1,000 computer. It doesn't matter. Okay, and for my next video, I can show you maybe we can add another network the same like this, and make them communicate, you know, different location with one central ISP provider. Maybe you can put one Verizon network here in the middle, and how we gonna make them communicate with the other network. Okay, I'm gonna show you that one for the next video. So subscribe my channel. I know the video is too long, but I have to go slow on everything. I can make 5 or 10-minute video, but that's not really helpful for, especially for beginners. So I hope you learn a lot from this video. The first thing you have to learn is make sure the default gateway here, make sure you put the default gateway here and there, and that the same default gateway we can use it here in the router when we create sub interface and encapsulation .1q. Then we put the IP address and the default gateway and the subname mask for this when you create the sub interface here. Here in the switch, the only thing we have to do is we create we open these ports, port this one and these ports, for these computers to be able to get communicate with the router. So they go through that port to get here. Okay, and make sure to do the trunk whatever port you can assign, to. It doesn't have to be only 24, port 24. Usually I prefer port 24 because that's the last port, but you can assign any other ports as a trunk. Okay, so make sure. So that's it for today. I hope you learned this video. Please subscribe my channel, my YouTube channel. It's Soul Etio. Subscribe, comment, and ask me any kind of video or question you want me to do or you want me to answer. And beside networking stuff, I'm gonna start maths tutorial to some algebra stuff for you guys, and any other like technology stuff, maybe how to fix computer, like how to all the computer parts, how to fix a computer, all that stuff, if you guys interested in that. But mostly I'm focusing on, for now, on the networking stuff. So we just started it. There is a lot of things to do. There is subnetting, there is a lot of stuff I can add, and those of you, I'm from Ethiopia, and those of you Ethiopian who are interested on this kind of things, and if you wanted me to do this video in Amharic, just give me a comment and I'll redo this video in Amharic language for you to understand better. Okay, and subscribe my channel and don't miss my next video, and please share this video, and thank you for watching for today, and have a nice day.